Here's the brisket. It's just a choice brisket from Kroger when they had it on sale a couple months ago. I've been waiting that long to make it, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. All right, so the trimming. One thing I've never done before is trim a brisket. So I started looking online because I wanted to know, number one, how to trim a brisket. I've heard of it before. Number two, why? Why do they trim? Why do we trim briskets, or why do people trim briskets? So I started watching some stuff. I wish I could give credit. I just don't remember. I just watched random videos. But I did a YouTube search for how to trim brisket. I watched the first 3 or 4 videos. Anyway, what I got, and some other videos on Facebook. But what I gather, trimming the brisket is, from all the different videos, is the main point is to help it cook more evenly. You're gonna get a more even brisket. You got very thick part of the brisket and then a thinner part. So by trimming some of the fat off the brisket, it's gonna make it more even. Also, from putting your rub on it, you're gonna be able to put more rub on it, and it's gonna get on the places that people are actually gonna eat. So what I've come to find out is you have this hard piece of fat here. This is gonna come out. There's 2 parts to the brisket, a flat and a point. And this, you can feel the difference between this fat here and then this fat, which is, soft. You can feel the hard fat still coming through here. So after we trim it, you should be able to see the 2 distinct pieces of the brisket, which is, like I said, the flat and the point. And then you'll be able to get your rub all over it. And then also what we're doing on this, we're not taking the whole fat cap off here. This is different. We're just gonna even it out and make sure it's even across the brisket. We're gonna take out any hanging pieces. And then the third part of it was that I got, this one has a big split here, is that it's for looks. I mean, just trimming it up, making it look nice. But we're gonna take off any hanging pieces, even here, the piece of meat, just to make it look nice and for presentation, which I really don't care about. We're just gonna eat it. It's for the family. We're just gonna eat it. But I may as well get the practice in. And then just this gray skin here, I'm gonna take that off. And then just even out the sides, just make it nice and square, just make it look nice while we're at it. So that's what we're about to do. Okay, so the next shot is the trimmed brisket, which was my first brisket. So I cut out the entire section of fat between the point and the flat. That was the first one I did. I don't do that anymore. I just trim off the knuckle on the side and then trim off the other side and leave the fat in between the 2 pieces. That seems to be working better. So just that little bit of an update on that video that I made a couple months ago. All right, here's the trimmed brisket. So I've taken off some of the harder chunks of fat. I tried to take off some of this gray skin, but some of it's just not, it's not gonna come off. And I removed the hard fat that was in between here, and you can see the distinct. So this is a little bit more than what I've seen on videos, and I don't know if it's the brisket or if it's me, but that piece of hard fat went from one side to the other, and you can see the differences between the 2 pieces, the point and the flat. And that's what I saw in some of the videos. Some of the videos, they just take out the side chunk, but I went ahead and took it all off here so I could put some rub in these areas and get it spiced. And like I said, all that fat was just hard fat, which is the fat they say doesn't render, and it's just there. I mean, it's not going to add any value to the brisket. It's just going to get hard, and people are going to have to eat around it, or maybe some people like to eat it. I don't know. You can see it's kind of evened out. I kind of cut the edges also to make it even. There's all the pieces of fat that came off there, filled up a big bowl. Let me flip this over. All right, anyway, here's the other side. So I trimmed some of the fat cap off, and And it looks really nice right here where I trimmed it here in this area. I trimmed some of the fat cap off. They say most of the people that I've seen that know how to cook brisket, supposedly, obviously I don't know what they really know how to do, but most of the people out there are leaving about a quarter to an eighth of an inch of fat on the fat cap. So I did trim some in this area, but I really didn't trim anything off of here because it looks like it's pretty close to the meat here. There was some gray meat in here. Yeah, it looks like I took a bite out of it there, but I was just trying to get some of that gray meat off, but it was a very thin piece because it's part of this part of the point. So, and there's the other side of all the hard fat that I took out of there. Again, but you can see that I'll be spicing that inside, but you can see that it's leveled it out so it'll cook more evenly, and to me that's the main point of the trimming. I mean, it'd be nice that it looks nice, but we're gonna eat it. Maybe if I was doing some kind of competition stuff, I'd have to learn a lot more. But yeah, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna go ahead and make a rub for it. Just some basic spices. Now I'm gonna just rub it all over and get the fire ready, get it going, and hopefully this thing turns out all right.